favorite place, Lowe's. And in the paint section, finally going to stain the front porch. So I'm going to be using Cabot Solid Color, and this is the color I'm going to be using. It is called Newberry Port Blue. So we'll see what it looks like. They're mixing my paint now. I've also gotten some, I got this handle right here so that I can attach to it, and it's a stain pad. Since I'm gonna be doing the front porch, hoping this comes out really well, so follow along as you all typically do. All right, y'all, welcome back. I am now home. I've unloaded all of my stuff, and we're gonna get started on the front porch. I've set everything up, so let's get started. So I got everything set up, and I started getting the paint inside the paint pan. Lowe's said for this type of project to use a stain pad. I will say the stain pad was easier than I expected, but I don't know if it was because maybe I was pushing too hard, but there was some parts of the pad that just kept coming up. And as you can see, I did go the cheap route. I did not get the pad that stained in between the boards. But again, I painted from one end and then came back over here to do in front of the front door. Had the back door unlocked with my keys so that I could get back in the house and not have any issues while the porch was drying. Again, it was much faster than I was expecting, but there were really gaps in between each board, and that was going to bother me, being able to see that the raw wood when everything else was blue. I will say one of the things I found out and saw afterwards is that this blue, while it is a beautiful color, it does track footprints rather easily. So I decided to do the stairs the blue and then do the risers white, just to add a little extra character, because a lot of the houses in my neighborhood have composite stairs, and I wanted mine to fit in even though they were going to be painted and not composite. So here's a look at what it looked like after it was done. Proud of myself. All right, y'all. The porch has dried for over 24 hours. And there's certain parts that need a second coat, mainly the pieces between the board. I tried my best getting through yesterday with the board, through the boards with a paintbrush, but I'm breaking out the big guns today and pulling out my air sprayer, because even though it's a small part of the porch, it's gonna bother me if I can see raw wood and everything else is blue. So gonna do those touch-up pieces that I talked about yesterday, and also do a spray in between the boards. So setting the paint sprayer was super easy, and in the amount of time it took for me to get in between the boards and then fix some patchy areas, I'm not sure why I just didn't use the paint sprayer to begin with the day before, because it went by so much faster than I was anticipating. And since I already had the paint inside my air sprayer, I decided to go ahead and get the back stairs done too, since the pieces between the board on the front porch, I could still walk on them because the parts that were needing to be resprayed were further down the porch. So I wanted the back porch to be the same color as the front porch, but I wanted it to have its own style. So instead of doing blue and the white, I went ahead and did everything the Newberry Port Blue. I did have to fill my paint sprayer up twice. And don't be like me, definitely tape all the areas you don't want to get spray on, because I will be spending time this week taking my paint thinner and getting the overspray off of my siding and some of the areas of the white trim. This went by so much faster than I expected. It took about 30 minutes to get all of this done. I love how it looks, and I will never get tired of sharing this picture of how my house looked when I first put an offer on it versus where we are today. So many lovely memories so far, and making this house a home.